Today I built a haunted house in Bloxburg, but with a twist, because it's actually toddler sized. Hey glossettes, welcome back. How are you guys doing today? Tell me down below as usual. Now today it's sadly my final Halloween themed build of the year. It's nearly the end of October, so after I've done this, I think I have 2 other videos planned, and that'll be the end of Glossyween. But next up is Glossmas, and trust me, I have some great things planned, don't worry. Anyways, today we are going to be building a haunted house, because this must be one of my most requested videos at the moment. Because it's nearly the end of October, I was worried that I wouldn't have enough time to build a massive haunted house. I decided it would be a better idea just to make a smaller one because, you know, that would probably be quicker. So instead, we are building a toddler-sized haunted house. That's right, it's gonna be so small, and I'm actually looking forward to this. I've never built a toddler build before. I know it was a very popular video idea when the toddler update first came out, but I never took part in that, and I'm really excited to finally try out the kind of miniature building style. But anyways, let's get on to the build plan. So this build is of course a haunted house, and it's inspired by the usual spooky haunted houses you see in movies and things like that. So it's going to be very kind of Victorian and old and abandoned, and then hopefully we can add some spooky twists. Oh, and of course it's going to be pink. It wouldn't be a glossy build if it wasn't. In terms of the floor plan, I only have a plan for the first floor so far, and it's this. So I'm thinking we have a living room, a kitchen, a dining room, and then maybe a staircase in this tower looking shape here. But to be honest, I haven't properly planned this out because I'm not too sure how to size everything yet, as once again this has to be toddler size, so there has to be like custom walls and everything. That's pretty much all I've got so far. So those are the build plans, and it's time to start building, which I've actually already started. Similar to the candy corn house video, I swiftly realized that this build structure was going to be incredibly difficult, so what I decided to do instead of voicing it over as I build was to build the structure already. So I literally just hit record and spent a few hours working out how I could actually make this because it was very confusing, okay? So what I've done is edited those clips and voiced it over to kind of explain what I was doing, as this took an incredibly long time and my brain was just fried trying to work all this out. So yeah, here is the very complicated structure process. So the first step was to work out how tall I actually needed to make the walls, as I was going to have to make all of the walls out of basic shapes. This whole house was going to have to be custom made. I turned into a toddler and then sized a basic shape next to me so that it was like the perfect wall height for a toddler, and once I'd worked that out, I began to place basic shape walls down all over the floor plan I had made earlier and made sure they were all like toddler height. Obviously they do have to be a bit taller than just the toddler's head, as you normally have space above you. The ceiling doesn't just touch your head, but I think I got the perfect size. Anyway, I was only doing the first floor so far because after this I would need to go back around and edit every single wall to add spaces for things like doors and windows. So I just wanted to get the rough wall plan down first and just finish the first floor before moving on to the second. Anyways, once I had all the walls down, I started adding spaces for doors. So I made the front door space and then like spaces for archways into the other rooms. And I also realized I made the rooms way too big, so I did slightly change the floor plan to 1, make the living room and things like that smaller, and 2, add 2 more rooms in the dining room, so we now have a room for a bathroom and a room for the utility or pantry type thing. And I made it even more complicated by wanting to add like bay window things, so I created the structure of one of those, which did turn out pretty cute, I do have to admit. So I added like 3 of those. I kept having to check and make sure the sizing of everything was okay compared to the toddler height, and it was pretty much all perfect. And then I added the floors, and for the checkered floor in the kitchen, what I did was use the picnic carpet thing and just resize it to be tiny, because when you resize it, it resizes the squares as well. So it made this super cute tiny square pattern, and it was perfect for a mini kitchen floor. And then it hit me. I had to cover the entire inside walls with basic shapes again. And this is because if you want to color a basic shape, it colors both sides obviously, unlike walls where you can color both sides different colors. And of course, I don't want my house to only have one color on the inside and outside, but if you add 2 basic shapes next to each other, you can have them 2 different colors, so it kind of works as a wall. And that's what I had to do for the entire house. I started off by adding my pink exterior color. I might change it later on, but for now it's like this pink wood. And once I colored most of it, I added the walls on the inside, and this took like a good hour, maybe more than that. I settled on this like pink wallpaper, which I think looks kind of spooky, but eventually I will be changing the colors of each room, probably just the different textures with different shades of pink obviously. But yeah, it took an incredibly long time and I was so bored after this. So let's fast forward to when it's finally done, and now it's time for the window frames. I normally talk you guys through the windows on camera, but this was so difficult I just wanted them out of the way, okay? I was sick of this structure at this point. So what I did was create a small wooden window frame out of basic shapes to like fit the gaps I had, and then I added a transparent basic shape inside for the glass, but it all fit together pretty well, and that's pretty much it. Well, of course I did a lot more than that, and this whole process took like 3 hours, but that's the very short version of it for you guys. Also, a quick note, this is incredibly expensive. I do not recommend doing this. The entire thing is like 200k so far. But anyways, it's finally time to do the fun part, which is the decorating. It's decorating time. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's have a look at what I've done first. I want to kind of walk around. So I added this cute little path with some grass, and then we go in the front door. We have the living room that's going to be here. We have the big kitchen area. We have the dining room. We have the bathroom and the little pantry area, and then we have the stairs are going to go in here. Also, some of the windows glitch. I'll fix that later, I promise. But I want to show you guys out here quickly because I've laid out basically this is all the toddler furniture that'll work in the build, and it's like none. So we have the little toddler potty, we have the toddler chair, the toddler table, and then this kitchen. And this kitchen isn't even for toddlers, it's for kids. Can you see how like it looks slightly too big? And I did place it in the kitchen in here, and it is slightly too big, so we're even gonna have to make a custom kitchen. We're gonna have to do everything custom. So let's hop into build mode because this is gonna take such a long time. I also want to see how big this is compared to normal walls. So yeah, look, this isn't even, the whole house is like smaller than a normal wall. It's so tiny. Okay, anyways, we are gonna get decorating. So first thing I want to do is the dining table, and we are gonna use these chairs. We're not gonna use that table because it's tiny, but as you can see, if I put the chair in here, it's so tiny. We're gonna make like a big dining table, and we're also gonna try and cover up the pencils on the chair because I mean a pencil chair isn't very scary, is it? But first we are gonna make a tiny little dining table in here. So maybe this big. This is so tiny. It's so difficult to get the angles right. I'm gonna have to build like on the basement level so I can see. Anyways, let me add our legs. This is so adorable. Okay, what are we gonna do with this chair? So let me color this wood. Let me color all the pencils wood. Okay, it kind of doesn't look that bad when you've got it colored, but we still need to cover up the pencils and like the erasers on the bottom. We could use a structural rod, maybe. Okay, I think this could work. So we're gonna paint this on, color this wood, and then we can use the transform tool to cover up the pencil. If we place a carpet, it kind of covers up the bottom, so we don't have to go and do that over and over again. So maybe we should have a nice carpet. Let me try and place this in the middle. Okay, that is not the middle. Like that. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, and now what we can do is copy and paste these chairs and just place a bunch of these along the table. There we go. Let me just color this quickly. All the colors have to be quite dull. Actually, no, it's going to be kind of dark in here. I think we should leave the colors until we have like the roof on this, because I'm going to have to like work with the lighting and see what looks best, especially when we have to make this look spooky as well. So we're basically just going to put the rough furniture down, and then we'll do lighting and colors and stuff like that. But what I want to do next is the living room. Now, once again, we only have one chair pretty much that works size wise, so we're gonna have to use this for every place you want to sit down, including making the couch. And I don't know how well this is gonna go. Oh, I think what we should do first is add our fireplace. I want to have a fireplace, and I'm thinking we use this one because it kind of looks like a mini fireplace. I feel like we could design this to look like a mini version of this big thing over here. So that's what we're going to try and do. First off, I'm going to add a basement because I want to lower it down in the ground so you can't see the little like legs, just to make it a bit shorter. So I'm going to try and work out how to do that. So I think what we're going to do is grab a basic shape cube and just use this as like a little platform to place it down lower than the floor level, if that makes sense. I'm hoping that makes sense, like this. And then let me test the floor. Does this look good? See, like that. Oh my gosh, wait, that's perfect. And now let me add the proper floor back. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover this up in basic shapes to make this look like a kind of posh little fireplace. Let's just add a little ledge here like this. Oh, this is so adorable. I'm just gonna keep saying cute and adorable like this entire video. I mean, I do it every video anyways. I feel like you guys are kind of used to my repetitive cute language. Anyways, does that just not look adorable? How cute is that? Right, so now we need the sofa. Hang on, let me grab a carpet. Let's make this look cozy over here. I'll add a little carpet like that. And now we can try and make a sofa. So what I'm gonna do is place down some chairs next to each other for the base of the sofa. And then what I'm gonna do once again is use basic shapes to make this look like a mini sofa. There we go. I've made a little couch. Can you see how cute, how tiny is this? I also left the bottom of the chair showing a bit just so we can still use it. But that is our mini couch. I'm wondering, is there any tables that are like tiny enough to kind of have in here? Okay, definitely not. These are like bigger than the couch. Okay. Oh my gosh, wait, can we have mini trees? Hang on, because you can resize trees, can't you? Can I, how small can I make these? Wait, oh my gosh, wait, no, that's perfect. We can have like trees that fit. Oh my gosh, okay. That is so cute. Anyways, I think what I'm going to do now is move on to the kitchen because for some reason I'm really excited about the kitchen. So once again, we are going to have to make custom everything though. This is going to get so annoying, like the extent of the custom items I have to make for this. Anyways, now we can make the countertop. So let me just add another one on top to be like the actual kind of counter bit sticking out. Oh my gosh, these are so small. I want to see it compared to the normal ones. Oh my goodness, this is so mini. Now what we're going to do is place this down. So we can have a bunch of them just going along here. I need to work out how to make like an oven and everything. I think we should have like a kitchen island. And we do have a big space-ish here. I think what I want to do is grab the default table, and this can be like a breakfast table. Oh, and the bathroom. Okay, I'm kind of just like adding the basic furniture, and then we're gonna go and add detail on top, obviously. But the bathroom, we can add the little toilet in here. I will add like a, oh, how are we gonna make sinks? Actually, I have no idea, but we're gonna pop this in here and color this white. That is perfect. How small is that? Is there a mini piano? Because I know there's mini instruments, and a mini piano would look so good in this middle bit, but I don't think there is. I swear there's mini instruments. Where are they? There's a music box. Oh, that looks spooky. There's, please tell me I'm not making this up. Where are the mini instruments? Are they in the instrument section? Am I just being stupid? Oh yeah, they are. So we have an xylophone, a tambourine, and maracas. So we don't have a mini piano, but maybe we could make one with the xylophone because this could kind of look like piano keys, I think. Oh, and mini paintings. Okay, wait a second. If I make these super tiny, oh my gosh. Okay, this is like the best thing I've ever built. So what I think I'm gonna do now is quickly try and get some of the furniture done, as of course it takes a ridiculously long time. So then we'll have all the basic furniture done and we can just add some fun decorations and then hopefully get started on the second floor because this is taking an incredibly long time. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I think I'm going to have to cut a lot of stuff out because it's just not very interesting to watch. Oh, but the garden is going to be so fun to do at the end. I feel like I'm looking forward to the garden the most. Anyways, I will see you glossettes in a few minutes. So it's been a few hours and I've done quite a lot of work. So I'm going to show you what I've been doing. Once again, I've pretty much just been placing down like the basic furniture to get it into a place where we can actually just decorate it and move on to upstairs. So let me show you what I've been up to. So if we go in here, first of all, we have a mini little coat stand I made, as well as a mini little table thing. If we go in the living room, we now have a little chair to match the sofa. We have another little table. We've got some paintings next to the fireplace. Ignore this one, okay? It's not meant to be there. We have a bookcase, a mini bookcase I made. And then we have the kitchen, which I've kind of finished, obviously, except for decoration. So it's got like cabinets, it's got an oven I made, and a sink. Obviously, they're not the best because once again, I had to custom make them to be tiny. What else have I done? Oh yeah, we've got bookshelves in here. We have a sink in the bathroom as well as a table little thing. We have some stuff in the pantry area. These shelves are going to have maybe food on them. And then, as you can see over here, I've kind of started building up this area to have the upstairs just to kind of experiment a bit. But I made a staircase. Look at this. We have a little staircase. It's so cute. And yeah, this is the staircase. And that's pretty much it. Oh, I added an armchair down there as well. So I've just been adding like the rough furniture to get it into a place where we can decorate, which I think we can do now, as well as at the second floor. Oh, also, I have been resizing trees. Look how cute these little trees look. Also, I do not want to talk about how much this build's costing. It is a ridiculous amount, and I regret doing this. It would have been quicker for me to just make a normal-sized haunted mansion at this point. I thought this was going to be easier. Let's start doing some final decorations. So, let's just add some random stuff in the kitchen. I can't use any of the appliances because they're literally like bigger than the counters. Maybe we could have this bowl is like a giant mixing bowl and just make it look like they're baking, which I know it's getting repetitive. I always make it look like they're baking stuff in my kitchens, but it's so cute, okay? It's the only kitchen decoration I can think of. I like it to look like they're doing something. But luckily, these decorations, we can resize most of these, so we can actually make these tiny and it works pretty well for us. So maybe it's a good thing I do this all the time. Oh, I really want to actually, you know what? We're going to use these stacks of small plates to make like a little dinner setup on here, but we're going to have to put them on a basic shaped cube to lower them into the table because obviously it's a stack of plates, but I only want the top one. There's no single plate that's like that small, which is annoying, but we're just going to make a nice little dinner setup in here. There we go, they look super cute. Let me just color them white. Would the knives and forks be too big? Let me try this out. Would they be too big? Oh wait, there's baby ones. Wait, oh my gosh, wait, we can just use the baby ones. They're so tiny. Also, yes, I am aware the table isn't symmetrical, but I just can't be bothered to try and fix it. Now, I want to find a vase, but obviously we're going to have to get a tiny one we can resize. Okay, we can resize the round ones, can't we? Actually, I think that's an okay size actually, because it's already pretty small. So I think we can leave that how it is. So there's the table set up for now. Oh my gosh, and we can use the mini chopboard and it'll look full size. See, the small cutting board looks like normal. What I also want to do is add pillows. Hang on, we can make these tiny as well. Let me see this. How small can we? Oh my goodness, that is perfect. So we can add some of these, one over there. Oh, that's kind of glitching. It kind of looks like a face. Luckily, there is a lot of decorations that you can resize to be really small, like these books, for example, which is really helpful. Also, I think most of the kitchen we're going to add some like proper food in outside of build mode, so I don't want to fill up the counter space too much. I'm making like a mini sponge. Can you see this little basic shape here? I resized it to be tiny. This can be our little washing up sponge. But also, this build is so laggy. Like, my laptop doesn't really get hot when I play games, but it's so like on fire right now because of this, because of the amount of detail in like a small area. I'm adding some candles around. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna add the second floor on. I feel like I've done everything I can right now, and once the second floor's on, we can actually see what it looks like and what we need to add and change. So I'm gonna do that now. It might take quite a while because there's just so many little bits to kind of add, but I'm gonna try and do this as quickly as possible. So it's the next day now. I have finished the kind of structure of the second floor. Also, look at the little railing I added. It's so cute. We now have like a railing. Okay, the one on the stairs is kind of wonky, but we're going to ignore that. Anyways, we've made a start on the second floor. I've made a tiny bed. It looks pretty big, but I can promise you it is actually like miniature. So we have these two bedrooms that I've started decorating, and we have the library area. We have, oh yeah, I added little roofs on these bits. Oh my gosh, the roof is going to be so difficult. So what we have left to do is 1, finish decorating the second floor, 2, add the roof, and 3, add the garden. Oh, and 4, add the doors, but I'm going to do that off camera because I have no idea how to do them yet. We're going to have to kind of keep them permanently open so we can get in and out, because obviously they're going to have to be custom. Don't want to add a ton of detail on the upstairs floor once again because of the lag. Like, the more I add in this small space, the more it's going to lag. So we don't want to add a bunch of detail. We just want to add a tiny bit. So I'm going to put a carpet in there. We basically just want to throw down some decorations. Oh, the bathroom. We could do the bathroom now. So I'm gonna steal the sink unit from downstairs, and we're gonna place this here, maybe like that. We need to make a bathtub though, because I just feel like we need a bathtub in here. So we're just gonna try and make a mini version. It's gonna look very much like the sink, where we just have these little beams around the side of it, because we don't want to go too complicated with this. We need some bigger beams. Hang on, let me get some taller ones. Maybe this, and then we make the sides thin and make this go up like this. Okay, that's a perfect size. We can use this one. So we're just gonna add a little bathtub looking thing in here. It should only take a few minutes to finish the upstairs floor because of the lack of detail we're doing, and then we can finally do the garden. And then I think I'm gonna try and figure out how to do the roof, and then we should be done. We're gonna try and hurry up because I did want this video posted tonight. I don't think I'm gonna get it posted tonight, so maybe tomorrow night instead. But yeah, I don't want this to take ages as I have other videos to work on, and this has already taken like a ridiculously long time. You guys have no idea. Okay, the last thing we need to do is add the little tap on the bathtub. So we are going to put that on this side. There we go. There is our bathtub. We can add a nice decal there. Now what I think I'm going to do is, you see our little chairs down here? We're just going to add these into rooms upstairs to kind of fill some space. So I'll time lapse that though, because it's kind of like a long process. So as you can see, I've added a bunch of chairs. I've kind of started adding some random decorations just to fill everything up. I'm just going to fill this bookshelf in a bit more. And yeah, we're nearly done. There's a few more decorations I'm going to add, but I'm going to do that a bit later. And we are going to move on to the garden. Oh my gosh, we finally get to use the little trees. So as you can see, I did start placing some kind of randomly around. Let me just put one there. I think they look really cute. And I've also got the, where are they? The little bushes. So what we're going to do is just add some little bushes around like this to kind of fill up this space. I've been so excited to do the garden because I love all the mini like decorations. We've got this bush and we can make this mega small as well. So we're going to place this around. We will color everything in a second, of course. What else have we got? Let's go steal stuff from the witch's house. Can you resize these dead trees? Can you make these tiny? Not really. They're kind of big still. We're going to grab some mushrooms and add some of these. Of course, we got to resize these. Oh, look how small they are. Oh, this is so cute. Let me grab this plant as well. And we can add this. Let me resize it, obviously. And just kind of make the garden look a bit more kind of messy. See, this is looking good. And now to color it, we're going to keep it all green. Now, for my other autumn builds, as you can see, I have made them kind of like orange grass and orange trees. But I think the dark green looks a bit more spookier for this one. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go around and just make everything a darker shade of green. Oh, we should add a fog machine as well to make it look extra spooky. I've kind of stopped doing the haunted house aspect of this. There isn't really any ghost or anything in it, but because it's so tiny, it's kind of cool anyways. So we can pretend there's ghosts. Let me go grab a fog machine. See, I just keep stealing everything from the witch's house. And we're gonna add these behind the trees just to kind of hide them a bit. There we go. How does this look at nighttime so far? Oh, this is very spooky. Okay, so I think the garden's done. We don't need to add a ton of decoration to it, but what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna try and figure out how to do the roof. I have no idea how I'm gonna do this, but yeah, I'm gonna go do the roof and the doors off camera, and then we will be back for hopefully the final tour. I'm hoping I'll be able to get this finished. So yeah, I will see you then. So I've finished everything off camera and it's finally time for the final tour. But first, I want to quickly turn back into an adult and just see how small this is compared to me. So look how tiny it is. I can't even fit through the door. Oh my gosh. It is so small. Anyways, let me go back into a toddler so we can actually fit in the house for the tour. And I'll show you guys around a little bit. So we have our spooky garden out here. And straight away, you can see the roof that I made off camera. Now, it does look a little rough in some areas. But to be honest, this is the best we were going to get because I am so sick of this build. And if I add more detail into it, then I think the plot is just going to lag completely. I mean, look at this plot data. Like, it is so close to being full completely, so I really couldn't add anything else without just completely ruining the plot. So that is the roof we have, and I added all the doors, which you'll see in a second. But yeah, this is the exterior. I think it's super cute, and I did add a little ghost over here just so it was somewhat haunted, as this is meant to be a haunted mansion. But let me take you guys inside. So we have the hallway. The lighting is really kind of like spooky and dark, but we have the decorations I made at the front. We have a chair here, our little kind of bay window areas, some decals, I kind of added them in, and then we have the living room, which I think might be my favorite. So we have this really mini fireplace and then some couches to sit on, as well as a bookshelf and another little window area, and we just have random decorations dotted around, of course. Also, I really love the archways I made. I haven't really focused on them, but I think they're super cute. But let's go into the kitchen. We have our very mini kitchen. I love the floor in this so much, and this is actually a money bag but colored black to look like a trash bag, like a mini one. Anyways, we have our custom kitchen. kitchen. We have a little kind of cooking area. Oh, it's so tiny. And a little breakfast table. And then out the back door, I don't think, can I fit through this one? Okay, not really. We'll go out the other door. But anyways, that was the kitchen. And then through here is our dining table. So we have the table with all the plates and stuff on, which looks so good with some bookshelves. And if we go out the back door here, as you can see, I did leave the garden blank once again, plot data, but I did add some trees out here and a metal fence that kind of goes around the whole plot. But we're gonna head back inside and then go into the bathroom. So we have a downstairs bathroom. It's super simple. It's just got the toilet and the sink, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And then we are gonna go into the utility pantry type room. This is also super simple. I didn't really add anything else to this, but it does have a tiny little window. Is that it for the downstairs? Okay, that's it for downstairs. But how cozy does this feel? Like, it's so tiny. This would be perfect for like a giant playhouse for a toddler. Anyways, then we have the staircase room. So I added a bookshelf and I added this like bramp head that was added in the update, which looks super cool. And then we have our mini staircase, which I think is one of my favorite features, just a really tiny staircase, which takes us to the upstairs where we have another bookshelf and a little hallway area with another couch. And we are going to go in here, which is the first bedroom. So we just have a little bed area. The beds aren't actually functional as I couldn't get one small enough, so this is all custom. And we just have some random decorations in here to kind of fill up the space. If we go back out and we go around here, we have the second bedroom, which is the exact same. Basically, we have the bed and then just some random decorations. It's kind of empty up here. And then in the hallway, we have a little library area as well with a chair. And then we have the final room, which is the upstairs bathroom. So we have a sink, we have a toilet, and we have a little bathtub that I made. And that is pretty much it. Once again, obviously I can't like decorate this too much because one, there's not really much to place down, and two, it would just be too laggy and I'd run out of plot data. But that is my mini toddler size haunted house, and I'm beyond proud of this build, even though it was just such a pain to do. I've been doing this non-stop for like 3 days all day, and I'm just sick of this build at this point, but I think it's super cute and I'm really proud of it for my first ever mini build. I look like I'm walking like a zombie, like look at this. And yeah, that is pretty much it. That is it for today's video, and let me know what you think, of course. I think this is super cute, and yeah, that is it for my Halloween build. But anyways, yeah, that is it for today's video. Let me zoom in here. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Of course, once again, let me know what you think, and I'll see you all later. I love you all so much, glossettes, and I'm very excited for Glossmas. XOXO, Glossy Girl.
Thank you.